All right. Deep breath. Everybody take a deep breath in. Exhale. And in spite of whatever has happened to get you to this point, I welcome you, and I am going to work on, and I think, Antoinette, you're the one who said this is your word this year, trust.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
trust. Because this is what I was guided to do. And effectively, what we're doing today is we're going to work with every chakra starting from the foundation, starting from the root chakra. And we're going to apply trust to that. As most of all of you really know, I work with my guides to get the information that I bring forward. And so I sat down this morning for roughly the better part of an hour, and to listen to what they wanted me to bring in. So if you'd be kind enough to very gently close your eyes, take a deep breath in, exhale, and now we're going to open our crown and allow God's energy to come in through us and settle in our root. So just see it pooling in your root area and see the root being very comfortable and being very nurtured by God's light and feeling very safe and feeling very protected. The root chakra is our foundation. It's what grounds us. It is also our connection to Mother Earth. 50% of the energy that we receive from the earth. And at this time, I would like you also to visualize the planet, Mother Earth, our home, and set her next to you. And then also set her and just as a living, sentient being, and know that everything that you do with intent to communicate with her is received and reciprocated. So feel your sense of being grounded. Feel your sense of sending your roots deep into Mother Earth. Your ability to ground is what stabilizes you. It's what cushions you from being less than you are from being in la la land. And through the energies of Mother Earth, you receive that feeling of this is a safe haven for you, a safe place, regardless of any experiences that you had growing up. You might have experienced horrendous difficulties as a child. You may have felt that you were not wanted. You may have chosen your parents too hastily. In your excitement to come back as a living soul on this planet. And Mother Earth gives you that wonderful sense of being grounded, of mattering. And it doesn't matter if you grew up in a family that didn't have enough to eat, or where you may not have had enough clean clothes to wear. That does not matter. You know that you can provide everything you need for your own sustenance and the sustenance of those who depend on you. This is an abundant universe, and you tap into that abundance through your root chakra, and you trust that there is an unlimited supply for you. You bring it in through your thoughts before it comes into form. And you see and feel your roots nestled in very safely and soundly into Mother Earth. And you feel the strength of your foundation growing and growing and growing. And we bring the light of God, the universal light force, Reiki energy, up into our second chakra, our sacral. And we celebrate our sacral because it is from our sacral that we create whether it's another human life or it's a great idea. Our sacral is what supports us and makes us into, helps to make us into the magnificent, majestic, multidimensional human beings that we are. And watch as the golden light of the Christ consciousness and the white light of God expands the orange light of your sacral so that your orange glow effectively overwhelms the other colors right this second. And we celebrate the type of environment that we wish to create, even if we grew up in chaos, in lack. That doesn't matter. We create the peace and the harmony and that absolute lovely balance through what we bring forward in our sacral. And the beauty is that we choose what our preferences are. We do not allow others who might be tempted or willing to pass judgment on our creation. We put blinders on the way a thoroughbred horse has blinders on, and we run our own race. And we enhance that care that is given to us by God, that fills all our needs. And we trust that whatever it is that we have been given, we will be able to accomplish it. Wherever our creativity has taken us, whatever form that has survived in, we recognize that it is unique to us and we are unique to God. And we express our uniqueness in every respect. We express it through our homes. We express it through our jobs. We express it through our social life. We express it through ourselves. We express it through our spiritual development. We express it through our children. And we trust that if there is a hole, if there is an emptiness, if there is something lacking or missing, that it will be given to us. We trust that we can build a life that is uniquely compatible with our goals, our drives, our preferences, our differences. We trust God. And now we move. We see the white light, the white gold light of God and the Christ consciousness move into our solar plexus. And the color that it combines with there is a brilliant yellow. And that yellow radiates out until we feel we are as big as the sun. And it is in the solar plexus that we have the courage to be the person that we have chosen to be. We accept our own self expression and also the self expression, even if it goes against society's mores, we carve a space that is uniquely ours. And we pay attention to that space. We allow ourselves to be a unique expression of ourselves. We do not follow the herd. We do not feel the necessity of joining with other people's prejudices, limiting beliefs, any type of statements that bash or belittle. That is not our path. And we trust that we are given all the tools that we need to express the uniqueness of who we are. Because essentially, we are a little piece of God. And as a little piece of God, we create like God creates through thought. And we also understand that nothing is impossible for us. And we understand that as we look out over the threshold of other people's reaction to what is going on in life, we understand that we have the right to choose our own self expression. We do not need to acquiesce and be a part of the rest of the maddening crowd. We can walk to the beat of our own drum. And we trust that whatever we choose as the self expression for ourselves, we will be supported in that endeavor. We have to do our part. We have to put in the time, the energy, the effort to achieve what it is that we want. But we also know it will not be, we also trust that it will not be denied us. And we look around and we see a loving, giving, benevolent universe. And that sun that lives inside of us illuminates every part of our body, every organ, every cell. It absolutely is effective in guiding us. And now we move the light, the white light of God and the white gold light of the Christ consciousness, unconditional love, into our hearts. And we combine it with the green light of Saint Raphael, the green light of healing. Because in our journey, some of our hearts may have been shattered. Some of our hearts may have been broken. Some may have been ripped. And some of us at times have felt like we needed to protect our heart, to protect the energy that emanates from our heart. Especially when we offered love to someone and that love was not reciprocated. But we know through the pink light that also survives and lives and thrives in our heart. The pink light of compassion, of tenderness, of generosity, of giving, that we can rebuild our universe. And we know that the first place that we start to rebuild is with ourselves. We cannot give what we do not have. So we rebuild our sense of trust and love through our own personal will. And we see that self love will also lead us to unlimited love, abundant love, and endless flow of love that comes every time we venture forth, or every time we go within. With every contact we make, we radiate love from our heart and radiate grace. And we work with that light of grace, giving us the desired results that we wish to have, giving us the peace and returning the love that we send out. And we recognize that for however important our jobs may be, however qualified we have become through our certifications, through our education, at our life review, we may recognize that the most important thing that we did to someone in any given day was to smile at them, pat their dog, have a conversation with a total stranger that brings a smile to their face and maybe resets the tone of their day. And then they pass that on to others. And it's like ripples in a stream. And we also know that we are armed with a set of Reiki symbols. And the Reiki symbol of Chokurei is an extremely powerful symbol that can be utilized to bring peace and harmony into any place that you are in. And you can expand that out. And now we move into the throat. and we take the universal life force, and as it moves up from our heart into our throat, we recognize the divine truth of who we are. And we recognize that we can also create a divine truth that is greater than we are by just connecting the throat, the sixth, the fifth chakra to the solar plexus, the third chakra. The third chakra is our personal will. The fifth is our divine will. And we are divine beings having a human experience. That is the truth about ourselves. A spiritual being having a human experience. And in the event that you feel alone on your journey through life, find a group that you resonate with and meet with them on a regular basis, even if it's once a month. Because of the nature of the acceleration of how fast our cells are vibrating, how fast the Mother Earth is vibrating, a month is like 2 weeks. It literally feels like 2 weeks. So even though you might meet once a month, for you, it will feel as if it were only 2 weeks had gone by. And through your throat, you also find the magnificent blue light of Saint Michael. And this is the blue light of courage. The courage to be exactly who you are and to resonate with a higher and higher and higher vibration. And in that resonating with a higher vibration, one of the things that you may consider doing, stated very emphatically by my guides this morning, was to clear out the clutter in your lives. If you have an area, it can be your purse, that is packed with clutter, organize it. Could be a desk drawer, could be a closet, could be a junk drawer, could be what you call a storeroom that you keep throwing things in, but never really remember what you've done. So create more space for yourself and balance and peace and harmony just through that simple process of clearing out your clutter. If the items can be donated, terrific. If they're beyond repair, they may need to be junked or taken to someone who then will know what to do with them, who can repair them. Another thing that is so essential to allow your throat chakra to expand more is to express your gratitudes at night before you go to bed. Allow yourself to review your day and write down 5 to 10 items that you're grateful for. 5 to 10 items that are enhanced your day. So you will allow more stuff that you're grateful for to enter in, because just the act of gratitude alone is enough to expand more things to be grateful for, more people, more good vibes. And now we move into the brow chakra. And from the brow, the third eye, we connect with the highest beings of light, those beings that we give attention to and that enhance our life. And we connect with our intuition. We connect with the unseen realm. And we set our intent every day to be what it is that we have chosen for ourselves. And we state that intent. We do not allow a day to unfold without us being very clear to the universe exactly what we want to achieve. And we take the time to listen to our intuitive hits, to pay attention to them. It is in paying attention that we increase our awareness of our intuitive hits and we accept them. So, our brow chakra is a very important part of who it is that we are and what it is that we can accomplish. And we can act on our brow. We can act on our intuitive hits by continuing to ask questions. What does that mean? If we're not clear about what it is that we see in our mind's eye, what it is that we hear, what does that mean? Gives us further clarification to what it is that our guides want us to know, what it is that they're wanting to bring forward. And now we move into the crown, our crowning glory. We wear a crown of 1,000-petal lotus. Those lotus petals can be completely closed, and our crown can be as tight as a rosebud. But as we utilize the virtues that each petal represents, our crown opens and opens and opens and opens. And we have 1,000 petals of benevolent virtues that we express on this planet, that we can effectively apply to our work, to who we are, to our fellow man, to our children, to our spouses or significant others, to our pets, to ourselves. So we apply the benevolence for all. And we trust that all of this is attainable through a sincere, continued practice of spiritual expression. We choose what that expression looks like. But just know that whatever you choose, it has an effect for all mankind. It has an effect for the planet. It has an effect on the hot spots of the earth, if that's where your intention is. And one of the most joyous statements that I have had the privilege of reading is in A Course in Miracles. And I'm paraphrasing it, but it said that the heavens rejoice. There is more rejoicing in heaven when an area of ancient hatred has been healed. And it doesn't matter what how negative things look out there. You are a fount of positive, and you are a guiding light of positive. And you know that the blackest, 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 blackest black can be out there. But if you light one candle, you can see it. And if you light two candles, you can see the light, the intensity of the light just grow. So this is the way. This is you accepting your role in the healing of the planet by you trusting your path, trusting your guides, trusting what you receive, trusting the energy that you're working with to come through you for the healing of all. And now we're going to say a closing prayer. Dear Mother, Father, God, Divine, Infinite Spirit, Source of all that is, we thank you for the guidance that came through me today. The guidance that came earlier and the guidance that came in as I sat in front of the computer. And we thank you for the attendance of those who joined us, because It is the exponential energy that reaches across the hundreds of millions of miles of like minded souls, and the light that we carry that changes the universal grid work, that changes the universal flow. And whatever it is that is needed for this Memorial Day weekend, whatever souls are still trapped, still fighting the war that they engaged in, or maybe in some cases, multiple wars, that they be given the light of grace to move on into spirit so that they can continue their advancement into the light. And we thank you for the tributes that are paid for the fallen soldiers and the way the Memorial Day concert every year acknowledges the patriotism. And we send extra blessings to any area right now that is being bombed. Extra blessings, extra light, extra love to the leaders of the perpetrators of those wars, that somehow they see the folly of their ways, and that somehow they stop what they are doing and allow the earth to heal and allow the people to continue living their life. There is a giant migration throughout the earth happening because of the displacement of all the wars. And maybe in a way, that's a good thing because there's more of a homogenized blending of cultures than there ever has been before. We thank you for this, and we thank you for our every person that may have wanted to join, but for one reason or another couldn't. And we end with blessings again for everybody here and wishing the best for your weekend. Namaste. Sorry. And I usually get feedback, but it's after 11, so I don't want to hold you up. But if anybody has something very quickly they'd like to share, that would be fine.
Just thank you very much. It was
Okay.
lovely.
Great. All right. Okay.
Thank
then
you. It was
Yes.
needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Corinne.
Thanks.
All right. Everybody.
I found that several parts of the meditation applied directly to some, aspect or area of my life that I would be looking for guidance for. So, yeah, I found a lot of it truly inspiring. And one quick thing that I noticed is, so for the past couple of weeks, when I've been meditating, I've noticed there's been an intense pressure been building up on the inside of my forehead.
Yeah.
And this happens again, though not to the same extent necessarily today. And so I wondered if, from your perspective, you just thought I thought maybe it had to do with the third eye opening.
Totally. Yeah, it's expanding, it's pushing out. And absolutely, Ashley, it's expanding.
Okay, yeah, that's what I assume.
Absolutely. So,
But thank you so much. Like I said, lots of really relevant info that I'm trying to remember and jot down.
okay, great. All right, we'll see you next week.